Yeah.
Death Valley Clemson Memorial Stadium. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration. Senior Day. It's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Clemson Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Little on the sideline.
Death Valley. The tradition is real. You touch the rock, you run down the hill, and it is a beautiful venue. Clemson has become one of the most difficult places to play in the ACC, if not college football. These fans are electric and dynamic. Call it Death Valley for a reason. This is where teams' dreams come to die. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Off play action on first down. On target. Oh, he's got some space. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. And that one could serve a lot of purposes. You knock all the butterflies out, you get your first completion.
Yeah, and I agree. You know, the first completion, you get hit, and I always loved it as a player on the first drive to when you got hit, you got that out of the way, you get the butterflies out of the way, then you kind of settle and you realize, all right, this is just football.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Johnson. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play.
I'm going to take that, man. My guys need to learn a lesson. Fucking up like that.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Making the adjustment. Drops back. It's Reynolds. Oh, pressure's coming. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start, man. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete, and all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
He'll try to make the catch in traffic. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. This crowd bringing the energy It's Walton. Inside the 40. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time.
You got like pulled square like 2 yards out, and then you get locked in that animation. There's a couple different
in the running game, one snap, and you've got a touchdown.
I don't know if it's just another way. Oh, yes.
If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25.
5-star cornerback coming in. Damn. Got some 1-stars really going to shake the house.
Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Hits inside. It's Johnson. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
To throw, it's Reynolds. Look out! Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, we're only in the first quarter, but already this defense is making their presence felt. We've seen time and time again their ability to rush the passer and get hits on this QB. His toughness is going to get tested.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Going to take a shot. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to field this one. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Running inside. It's Walton. Turning it on. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down.
Defenses have had their hands full slowing this guy down all season long. It's the speed, and it's the open field running ability and vision. That's why he's second in the nation in rushing yards, and that's why he's square in the conversation for the Heisman Trophy.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Looking for a gap. It's Walton. He makes the tackle at the 37. It's a pickup of 5. That's good enough for a first down. That offensive line is putting those golden domes on the defense and starting to move the ball on the ground.
And we can go back so many years, and the coaches may change, but the brand of Notre Dame is what it is. They're going to be physical. They're going to run the football. That's who they are, and that's how they're built.
Oh, yeah.
Quick give. It's Walton. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Left side, it's Mobley. Runs through a tackle. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting in the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Running the red zone. It's Walton. And again finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Carr from the gun on 3rd down. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be 1st and goal.
That's the danger as a defense when you blitz this guy on 3rd down. If you don't get him to the ground right away or someone's out of a gap, his scrambling ability can hurt you, and that's exactly what happened. He saw an open field, he took off, and he was able to go get the first down.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Keeps it himself. The pitch. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
What a great job tackling that time by the cornerback. Out on an island by himself. It's just him and the pitch man one-on-one. The offense is trying to go option. They get it out to their playmaker in space. But this guy is good at covering, and he's good at tackling, and he showed it to you right there.
They're in the gun, 3rd down. Here's Carr. Trying to bull his way in. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It does not take this offense long to get going. We've seen 2 drives. We've seen 2 touchdowns, David. They are so explosive. They've got so much speed all over the field, and they're lighting the scoreboard up early.
Hey, you better find some answers defensively. You better find a way to slow them down. And how about this next possession for your offense? Like, coming on the field, you can tell. As an offense coordinator, you got to feel it. Like, my defense is not holding them down right now. We got to put together a drive, get some points on this score in this next possession.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at
I can't tell you how many times you have off to take guys like that. Wide open, and somehow your guy like leans in to get blocked by your own guy. Oh, it's ridiculous. It drives me fucking crazy. Oh. Especially using this little dude Mobley. He's so fast, but like they still caught up.
We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Gonna run it. It's Davidson. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. First play of the period will be a second down. They'll ride him again. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Reynolds. Out wide left, it's Johnson. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
Listen, I know this running back is shifty. I know he's really good in the open field, but that's just asking too much of him at this point. 3rd and long situation. He wasn't going to be able to make that extra guy miss trying to get that first down.
Fields the punt. Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Here comes the Flying Irish out to get this drive started. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Play action, C.J. Carr.
Oh, damn it.
Incomplete. Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on 3rd down. Now here's Carr. Fires to the right. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
That's going to drive the defensive coordinator crazy because these guys take pride on their sub-defense packages. When you get into 3rd and long situations, that's when D coordinators love to get creative and throw all these exotic blitzes and pressure the quarterback. Nobody got even close to him that time. Way too much time to survey the field. That was just way too easy for the offense to pick up that first.
And they tried to run that sweep out route. I like going to the wide side of the field, getting somebody the ball that can really, really run. Just got to block it up a little better. Give him a chance to at least get that edge. And he might be able to do some more damage.
He's now up to 83 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force him to settle for a field goal? Carr.
No, not the route I thought. Yes.
And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Might not make it. Yeah.
He got it. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make...
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Well, this offensive coordinator has to be scratching his head because he's trying to keep his quarterback protected. He's trying different things, sliding the offensive line, keeping tight ends and running backs in, chipping, going empty, and getting the ball out quickly, but it's not working. They're just losing the one-on-one battles up front, and in the second half looking forward, I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Straight ahead, it's Johnson. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He's going to change things up against this defensive look. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. On target to the left. They make the stop.
He caught that?
4 yards short of the first down.
And that's a big throw. That's a big-time throw on
Jesus.
3rd and really long, making a play, not putting the ball in harm's way. But I love what the defense did, man. They understood where the sticks were, and they weren't letting their playmaker get behind there. They were going to come up, make a sure tackle, and force the 4th down. And now you can make the decision on what you want it to be.
Come on.
I like the execution by the defense.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Carr on play action.
Yikes.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. He has 89 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Sends it back in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, Carr escapes the pressure going right. Caught.
Oh.
He did everything he could to find enough running room,
too.
but he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the 1st down marker. It's 4th down. Timeout called by Clemson. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week.
Come on.
And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire.
We got 2 guys in front here on the block, I guess. We're like right around them.
This drive will open from the 15. They'll give it to Johnson.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football on the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Extending the play. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Looking downfield, it's Reynolds. Buying time to his right. It's complete on the right side. There he goes. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock.
And this is why, as a defense, man, you don't want to let the quarterback outside the pocket. Once he gets outside the pocket, now everybody else has to adjust, and some people have to leave coverage, and he goes and he starts going towards his right. Nice job by the receiver finding some space towards the sidelines. They get the completion and make the play.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Well, we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. The Fighting Irish called their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. He's looking downfield to throw. He fires a bullet to the right. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Throwing, Carr, under pressure. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board.
Baby.
What an absolute howitzer he unleashed off his foot. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, thanks. Welcome into the Week 11 version of the EA Sports College Football Update Show as we inch closer to bowl season. We start with Oregon taking on the Maryland Terrapins. And it's the Ducks in one of those old-school fight-in-a-phone booth games. Neither team has been able to break out offensively, but it feels like the one that does will come away today with a signature win. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Here come the Irish back on offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense.
Throws it deep.
Oh, he got
Makes
it!
a catch on the left. A huge play there, and he has them set up and in business at the 30. After that huge play, they'll try to finish him off with another one. It's 1st and 10 from inside the 40. The run inside. It's Walton. He's piled up 97 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 8 on 1st down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. Give to the running back. And he uses the stiff arm to push his way past the sticks and pick up the 1st down.
What a run by their tailback, and simply one of the best in the entire country. And his ability to make people miss is the reason why, guys. That's one thing that's just not coachable. You have it or you don't. That was something they identified in him when they were recruiting him to come play in this offense, and now it's come to fruition. Defenses have such a hard time bringing him down. This defense is going to have to do a better job game tackling as this game goes on.
And guys, that completion might have helped the old confidence, but it didn't help the down and distance. 2nd and 10 here. They'll run the counter. stuff on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long.
Well, this defense obviously knows they have to be able to stop the run now in the second half if they're going to win this game. And you wonder if they were able to make some tweaks and some adjustments at halftime, maybe getting some more bodies close to the line of scrimmage to give themselves a chance to come back in this game.
Out wide right, it's Walton. And he's not going to be able to convert. Knocked down just inches shy of the first down.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and trot his field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
That's a trade.
The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Follows his blocks. It's Davidson. Swapped immediately.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wants to throw. It's Reynolds. Moves to his right. Now he'll throw back into the middle.
Oh.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. It's gone. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
This offense was just hoping for one big play. They finally got it. They're trailing big in this game, and they needed that pitch and catch to put them on the doorstep to make this a game again. Give them credit. They never lost their confidence. They never stopped being aggressive, and finally, 2 guys hook up. Massive play for the offense.
Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Fires on the move. Intercepted for the 11th time.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They'll test the right side. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Just feeds the running backs. Brought down.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Play fake. Carr.
Yikes.
Finds a tight end. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
Play action on 1st down. Unleashes one. Got him and nobody's close. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 and the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had his 2nd right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his...
Touchdown, Irish! Excellent pass by the back on the option. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. The handoff to Johnson. Pickup of 8. It's now 2nd and 2.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks in the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice gain for this offense and make 2nd and short so much easier, so much more manageable. It just allows your quarterback, too, to take a breath and exhale.
Moving the pocket, it's Reynolds. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Still on his feet at the 40. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Marking out of bounds at the 46.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Looking for a crease to the left. Got enough for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
After an abysmal first half, goose egg on the scoreboard, the offense trying to find itself. It's first down. Sees some running room. Breaks into the open. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Second down, going to throw it. Trying to burn this defensive back. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. So the final period starts with a second down play. Handoff again. Picks his way ahead, pick up of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Rush is on.
Oh, yeah. Fucking kidding me? Ivory. Oh, this fucking guy.
Early and often, but after that drop here in the second half, he still doesn't have a catch.
Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Cradles it at the 35.
Thanks.
The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. There's some daylight. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Scanning the field, it's Reynolds. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Motion from the wideout. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. This quarterback part of their running game. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
On third down, he drops to throw. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. They'll stop him just outside the 30 at the 31-yard line. That's not enough for the first down, and now they have a decision to make.
And that's why, as a defense, you want to set up third and long situations. You just want to be able to keep the football in front of you. It's okay for that quarterback to hit the running back on that pass. Now you have all those bodies flying to the football, and they're able to make a tackle.
Got to make the play on fourth. Left side.
Oh, damn it.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
Fourth down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the fourth down conversion.
This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. Back to throw, it's Reynolds. Rolls right. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Well, this defense has just had this QB's number all game long. We're here in the fourth quarter, and still he's not able to set up in the pocket. He gets flushed to the outside, nothing open, and it's an incompletion.
Second and long here. Changing the routes with his receivers. Sells to fake. Fires toward the end zone. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Walton. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Right back to it. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Booster! Here we go, ready, go!
Play action, Carr. Here comes the heat. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The Irish send out the punt unit. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Looks it in at the 40. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Pulls it on the option. He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Defense picks it up. Nothing but green grass down the middle.
Well, and if you're wondering why this offense hasn't scored in this game, it's plays like that. Not only have they not been able to execute running or throwing the football, they've had penalty problems, but it's turnovers as well. And here in the fourth quarter, ball security coming back to bite this offense, giving that one up.
From the gun, it's Walton. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll run him again. He's dropped.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Using his legs, it's Walton. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
The official stopped the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. This kicker's leg is getting a workout. He's already made 3 field goals, and here he comes again.
Oh, I missed that.
And that is no good. Guys, after this dominating performance, I guess the head coach wanted to be able to yell at the special teams coordinator.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Still looking to his right. Here's a throw downfield late. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
He'll go out of bounds, but a solid pickup on the run.
Yeah, they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Ready, go!
Looking for space. It's Mobley. Got the first down. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. You count up those explosive plays in the game, and you put a little extra star by the
Oh, you got to use your time.
Yeah, this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in
Gotta use
space.
your
He's got
timeouts.
shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And they take a knee on 4th down, having inflicted enough damage, and that ought to do it. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were